A student points their phone to their worksheet, and in an instant, they have the answer to their problem before they even bother to read the question. Not the right answer, the predicted answer, the one the algorithm thinks they're looking for. That's the classroom right now. And this is the part that should scare you. Students today have access to information more than any generation has throughout history, and yet they're worse at figuring out what is actually true. So what's going on? We're always hearing about learning loss, low test scores, curriculum gaps, but those are symptoms. The actual dis-ease is something we're hardly talking about at all. And no one in charge seems to notice or care a lot about addressing the real issue. We have built a system of education that rewards memorization, test, repeat, without any real authentic engagement or long-term learning taking place. Learning that involves critical thinking. Instead, we punish real questions. We're now signaling to students that all answers are equal as long as they arrive quickly, efficiently, and with confidence. We're not teaching enough about how to evaluate the information itself, how to navigate fake claims, citations. In science, we teach the scientific method, hypothesis, testing, revisions, but that thinking, it doesn't seem to leave the classroom. We've stripped real-life learning from classrooms to the point that critical thinking has become a test category instead of a life skill. Outside school, students are navigating a world where opinions come packaged as facts, where confidence gets mistaken as accuracy, and where algorithms reward engagement, not truth. Now here's where it gets a little political because, well, it has to. The people who are supposed to be fixing things, they're busy. Florida's legislature is busy mandating anti-communism frameworks in civics classes while completely ignoring the information literacy crisis happening in every single classroom in the state. They're showing up at board meetings to threaten elected officials, and teachers are being pushed out and doxxed just for identifying as who they really are. Every teacher who leaves takes with them a role model that some student desperately needs in their life. And what is not on the legislative agenda? Teaching students what counts as evidence, how claims get tested, why some sources are more reliable than others. When you tell students all viewpoints have equal weight in a science classroom, you are not building fairness. You're building confusion, because science is not about opinion or viewpoint. It's about method, a method for figuring out what's most likely to be true based on available evidence. Always limited by current technology and knowledge and aware of that limitation. Framing that as just one perspective isn't balanced. It's a lie wearing a freedom costume. Students need to learn to ask 4 questions whenever they come across any type of evidence in the classroom. Who made this? What's the evidence? What's being left out? And who benefits from me believing this? These are not radical questions. They're the foundation of every functioning democracy and every functioning mind. Schools are being squeezed in every direction right now. Underfunded, politically pressured, told to both sides their way through reality. Teachers are being asked to treat established facts like debatable opinions. That's not education. That's indoctrination with a better PR team. There's a longer conversation to have about what this looks like in an actual classroom. And that's exactly what I'm building towards with Catalyst Commons, because the question in education should have never been about test scores. It's about whether we're going to keep letting the least qualified people keep making the most important decisions about education, or whether parents, teachers, and students are ready to demand something different. If this resonated with you, subscribe, share with every educator you know, and stay tuned. We're just getting started.